him once you get later into the game.
It really is going to be hard to knock him down. And, you know, if this was a couple of patches ago, I'd be saying, all right, it's going to be AD Kale. That's where they're going to be getting their consistent physical damage from. But now the nerfs to AD Kale, almost everyone is going AP. And if he's going to be going AP as well, I do have some concerns about their damage profile.
Ooh, this is so exciting. Fnatic leaning on the youngest member of the team, the only member that was not there in the 2018 season. And let's see what they can do against Royal Never Give Up. And welcome back to RNG taking on Fnatic. We were very surprised and excited to see the last second changes to the Fnatic draft. And if you look at the mini-map, they are already making their way to the top side of the map. Let's see if they can catch any hooks onto Longxing.
Yeah, Bwipo's going to see if he can actually bait Longxing to come out and harass him with the Q. If he does that, Blitzcrank and Morgana will be coming behind you. So Bwipo should be stepping out now.
Look at the pathing. Look at the pathing in that small fog of war.
Oh, he blind hooked.
The hop! Longxing manages to escape for now. The hook misses. And the first skill shot.
Oh, that's too bad.
Will have this. Karma, Xayah will scale very well and will offer a lot of utility and damage later on into the game. Xiaohu will be effective on the side lane, but the thing that you have to be very careful of with RNG is how strong the Rek'Sai is in the early game and how easy it is for Xiaohu to roam around the map. Something that Azael was saying earlier was that this matchup is not great for the Kayle in the early laning phase, and something that Xiaohu loves to do is when he has priority, he will push up mid and move with the jungle into the enemy bot side. And you can see Karsa doing it now, getting a bit of control over the bot side of the map to give freedom to Uzi and Ming to keep a lot of pressure in the 2 versus 2.
The other thing worth noting here is how lane focused the runes are, and they're actually looking to set up a dive here on Nemesis.
Going, there's the unburrow Nemesis under the tower. Beautiful first blood from RNG. Don't even leave lane to do it.
Yeah, Nemesis just deciding he's already dead, so going to hold onto the flash there and try to avoid a repeat gank. Broxa is up on this top side, but the ward should spot him out if he wants to look for any sort of play.
Guys, I know you said that Kayle into Ryze was going to be difficult pre-6, but surely it's now impossible with this early kill and losing the CS under the tower.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good place for Nemesis to be in. I love the dive here. It's executed so well. Xiaohu takes the initial tower aggro. He stands just at the edge of the tower to allow Karsa to deal the damage. And by running Hail of Blades, he has a lot of setup. Now we see the dive in top.
All right, the taunt doesn't land. Bwipo has to dash away, embarrassed after Longxing easily escapes the attempt.
Yeah, Bwipo had to really rush that because there was only 1 minion left for that tower to actually be on, so they did kind of have to rush out to go for that. And you can see this trading pattern is going to be so bad for Nemesis in the early stages, and this is kind of amplified by the fact that it's actually Comet here for Xiaohu on the rise. We can see it's Comet on the Karma, it's Hail of Blades on the Rek'Sai. They really want to try to ramp up the pressure in this early game and play for lane advantages.
And this is one of the problems that Fnatic's comp inherently has. They don't have a lot of control in the early game. We talked so much about how we wanted to see Fnatic have more impact, more influence in the early laning phase, but it's hard because RNG have strong matchups all across the board. The only reason why Longxing is behind right now is because, as Azael said, he was forced to start with the E, so he can't generate as much pressure, but it gives Karsa all this freedom to pretty much go wherever he wants to on the map.
It certainly does. And while I will say the 2v2 right now is not preferential for Fnatic, their gank assistance is incredible. So if they can get Broxa down there, if he can be unspotted to join in that lane, then all of a sudden that 3v2 becomes incredible because Lee Sin can provide that additional damage, and certainly they have the lockdown with this Fnatic bottom lane.
And of course, one of the things I want to go back to after this dive is Hylissang is going to be on a roaming support if he can find some impact. Very good unburrow. Spirit's Refuge comes up with Bwipo. Karsa stays alive. Not going to find the kill just yet. But here comes Broxa. Going to get unburrowed again. Needs to find the Sonic Wave. Flash. E manages to get the auto. I think he's held on to the Q. That's the first kill for Fnatic. And now they're chasing Longxing.
Yeah, so well handled there by Bwipo. And Broxa wants to try to look for this Q. Oh, not quite enough range there, but Wimbo landing that early taunt onto Karsa really did force them to kind of push him out. You would have likely
the caster creeps, which means that they can actually be the ones to start generating pressure in the bot side of the map. And while Bwipo has lost pressure onto the top side, it gives Broxah the opportunity to start playing around bot and helping Rekkles and Hylissang get to a stage where they can start looking for these picks.
And then can you talk a little bit about Hylissang on the Blitzcrank? One of the things we talked about, we wanted a roaming support. We wanted a champion that he can impact other lanes. With the wave clear and push that Morgana has, the rocket grab is going to instantly kill us. I think they're going to be happy with that.
I absolutely love that. Yeah, just make him trade the flash. As soon as Xiaohu actually walked to left of the turret against the wall, there's no sidestepping it. So utilizing the speed up with the Blitzcrank W, as well as the speed up from the Kael's heal, he closed that gap so fast.
And now RNG are getting out of the lane. They're moving up towards top side. They're looking to set up plays around the Herald, and they want to try and use the big stacking wave that they have up top to try and accelerate the pace of the game. Because something that RNG do incredibly well is move their bot lane effectively around the map. And they're trying to take advantage of the fact that the Morgana early on cannot match the Xayah and the Khan.
That makes a lot of sense. And coming into this game, we were hoping for a little bit of an AD matchup if possible, but obviously the Morgana threw a spanner in the works. Rift Herald will be picked up here uncontested for now. Hylissang, he's looking for a rocket grab, going fishing. We'll find one. Divine Judgment comes down, buys enough time, but look at the shields. Stopwatch comes out. Here comes Bwipo. Stand United completes. But that's a huge no! Launching shuts Fnatic against the wall, and the Realm Walk was looking for a chase. But they get 2 kills, they get the Herald, and they get out.
RNG find a massive fight at the Herald, and this went way better than they expected as Broxah.
Oh, what's that coming over the wall? He's got a flash to safety. Almost got Ming, but not enough damage yet.
But this was Fnatic trying to force a fight that they were not in a position to force. The Herald was already gone. They are not strong enough to be able to contest at this point in the game, and this is the variability in performance that you often see from Hylissang. He charged up into the front of things when the Herald is already gone. You can see that he's looking for a pick, but Rekkles isn't in position. Broxah is disengaging. And while he has a lot of tools to keep him alive, Fnatic, there's no way they realistically come out ahead in this fight.
Yeah, they just didn't have the damage and kind of the setup at this point in the game. You know, they saw how much survivability you have with the Shen ult, with the Black Shield, with the Kael ult, but as soon as Longsheng gets in there for the ultimate, the fight was absolutely over.
And RNG, they take a commanding lead as they come out of the fight. I mean, Broxah's got a decent amount of damage. You have to imagine if the Ian and Auto had hit, it would be close.
Yeah, that would have been a kill. That would have been a kill.
But unfortunately, doesn't happen. So RNG accelerated 1,000 gold up. You can see Xiaohu and Karsa currently leading the way. As the rest of the team are now jockeying for control. 3 kills to 2. No towers down yet, but the shenanigans of moving around the map. Top laners find themselves down bottom, and a lot of members of RNG are moving to the top lane right now.
We're now seeing Hylissang roam around a lot. Oh, great interrupt onto the Herald. Will buy Fnatic a lot of time. Hylissang still no flash.
Yeah, Hylissang's in so much trouble. Will just get taken down. Can't even finish the channel on that static shield. The RNG fans here in Berlin going crazy as they pick up their 4th kill.
You know, honestly, not that bad, though, giving the support slot.
This basket, and we know that Uzi and Xiaohu are more than comfortable to carry, given their many years of experience, but can Nemesis do the same thing?
Oh, man. Longsheng's just going to run down. Bwipo forces out the flash. Meganar's about to prop, and that will be the ultimate coming backwards. Broxah's already used the ulti. He's jumped in. Longsheng down below 1,000. Broxah continues to chase. He'll at least get the flash out. So therefore, it's a trade of flashes between the respective top laners.
Now, Longsheng had to flash there because Bwipo was just about to base and had the ulti up. If he had continued to persist in the fight, it would have turned into a 2 versus 1, which he just didn't want to take. Speaking of ultis...
All right, there's Xiaohu's already flashed. There's the chase. Realm Warp coming out. That's a blown up Xiaohu. 3rd kill for Fnatic.
Yeah, huge play there for Fnatic, utilizing Bwipo to actually knock down Xiaohu and get his flash just after Broxah forces them.
It's actually RNG who are getting caught out.
It was a catch onto Ming. Nothing else has happened, though. No further follow-up. Teleport will start to be channeled. That looks like Nemesis coming in from base. He's now picked up the Liandry's Torment and has level 16. We'll get some time to discuss the build in a few seconds, but look at the damage going down into Hylissang. He throws out the static field. Nemesis gets tagged by a couple of feathers and is running for his life, but I think the rocket grab is still available for Hylissang.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of the Liandry's. I think because of your consistent DPS that comes out, the burn damage will build up, and as Kael, you just get more and more damage, so it adds a bit of health, and I think that against this comp, especially when there is a
round warp,
Oh, the flank.
round warp. RNG are looking for the fight with the Mega Gnar. They've caught themselves onto Helisang. He gets the black shield and will get taken down. Now to focus. Uzi is being shut down and pushed out of the fight. It's a split, 5 versus 4. Divine Judgment still available for Nemesis. It needs to be crucial. It's thrown down, and they will keep Nemesis alive. He stepped backwards for now. Casa below 400 HP. He gets the Unburrow onto Reckless. Now Whippo Spirit's Refuge into the taunts. Will not buy enough time. Orange.
It's up to 10% flat more damage during a fight. So for a champion like Kale that is getting a lot out of the AP, as well as that true damage, or excuse me, magic damage burn, the flat 10% is also an incredible amount of damage.
Yeah, definitely stacks up, and if you're going to be burning through Xiaohu's shields and Langxing's Mega Gnar, it takes time. But look at that damage onto Helisang. Uzi's Featherstorm comes out. There's a teleport coming down. Casa gets the Unburrow onto Hilly. Static Field will buy some time, and the Dragon's Rage sends them backwards. Nemesis holds on to his ultimate, and Bwipo, no TP, no Stand United. They just concede Hilly's life.
Yeah, they just leave the support to the Wolves. RNG more than happy to pick that kill up, and for now, they don't need to force. They know that the Baron is spawning in 2 minutes. They feel that they can get a good fight around that objective, and I also love the itemization that we're seeing from Uzi. Something that we said at the beginning of the game was that there's a single damage profile pretty much. It's all coming off of Nemesis. It's all magic damage, and it makes it that much harder to kill Uzi, especially given that he has the additional peel of Ming. And while it is hard for RNG to find these fights, they've been pretty creative in how they found a lot of these flanks. And I think that now they have so much control over the map in terms of wave setup and the river control. It's now Fnatic who's in an awkward position where they have to find a pick, otherwise they can't be the team to find a fight.
Yeah, and getting those picks becomes more and more difficult, right? You know, when you're looking at all of this vision that RNG actually has, you know, they're essentially extending their vision all the way across the map, almost to this line, right? Less and less of the map is becoming kind of these safe dark zones that Blitzcrank and Morgana really want to play in, because at this level, you expect these players to be able to dodge Blitzcrank hooks that they see coming.
Man, it's been such an exciting game thus far, and Fnatic, you have to imagine they still have the ability to disrupt RNG if they can be setting plays up, but when they get caught out, it's trouble. Stand United this time is channeled. Divine Judgment is going to get needed in a moment. It's thrown down onto Nemesis. Xiaohu goes forward, goes backwards, and now Bwipo's in trouble. Langxing's about to gnar out. Flash is available as well. He throws the boulder. It hits Reckless. Reckless has already thrown the flash down. Manages to catch the Dark Binding, but the rest of RNG are pushing for the base.
Yeah, they're going for the base, and Xiaohu's looking to wrap around here potentially.
All right, another boulder toss. That throws down to Nemesis. There may have been enough acting from Fnatic to pull RNG away from the inhibitor turret, at least for a few seconds.
So much praise needs to be given to Xiaohu for how, in every single fight, he is single-handedly eliminating Nemesis. With a single combo, he pretty much removes Nemesis' health bar, which makes it impossible for him to get into the fight once again. This Rise pick for the mid laner of RNG is a game changer.
It definitely is, and we see, you know, with the death cap completed, he has the Spellbinder's Orb. He has been incredible, right? You know, and he's sitting at such a strong point in the game now. Rise scaling is so powerful.
And of course, he's sitting 2-1-5, 400 gold bounty, 3-0-4 for Langxing's Gnar. Been fantastic. This is a teleport coming in, looks like from Bwipo. And it's going to be the case. Now, Baron's been started. If you look at the minimap, RNG are very nearby. Helisang steps forward. This is potentially do or die for Fnatic. There's going to be a fight inside the pit. Bwipo will not find the taunt. Static Field will go down from Helisang, but the Mega Gnar comes out. 3 more members of Fnatic are chopped down. Divine Judgment needs to do something here for Nemesis. 4 versus 3. Uzi flashes forward. He gets Helisang. The feathers fly, and they've come back. 1-2 for Nemesis. He needs to find more. Xiaohu is low, but Uzi finishes it off. There's not enough damage from Fnatic.
And RNG can close the game off of this. Everyone wiped off the map. They are going to push down mid. Nemesis so close to having the heroics, but it won't be enough.
And when it matters most, Uzi comes up clutch. The star for RNG wins the team fight and will take the win over Fnatic.
Fantastic performance from RNG as they will close out the first half of groups 2-1.
Nemesis was so close in the final team fight for bringing it back to Fnatic, but the dance from Xiaohu and